favor. Away!
Hello everyone, welcome to Critscast ETF2L Nations Cup Highlander. We've got England versus Finland today. My name is Io, I'm here with CeeJaey.
Some amazing games coming up. England, Finland, you don't get bigger than that.
Both these teams with pretty convincing wins in their RO16 games, but now the first kind of real game for both these teams, and we're going to be starting off on Upward, heading to Viaduct, and then if we need it, it'll be Gully Wash, the decider.
Yeah, we can see some bans here coming out of Finland, getting rid of Vigil, maybe something a bit more Highlandery that a lot of these players maybe not used to. England banning ProPlant, not maybe wanting to play that for some reason, but they've gone for Upward. Finland, a big product, bit more of a DM-heavy map that these guys are probably very, very happy to play. England banning Steel, removing that out of the equation, bit of a surprise on my mark. Finland banning Warmtick, but the final Gully decider is going to be a DM map. Anyone who does sub will actually be supporting the production and casting staff. All of the money that goes towards you supporting Critscast supports the people who spend their time bringing you these games. You can also support us on Patreon. You can also check out our merch. We have merch.critscast.com where you can buy a number of different items. I think we've got hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, stickers.
Yeah, absolutely, and we are straight on into the setup time, and we can do a quick rundown of the rosters for y'all. So on the side of England, it is Loopy on Scout, Samsky Soldier, Grip on Pyro, Joe on Demo Man, Middle on Heavy, Keurig on Engineer, Layla Medic, Cloudy Sniper, and Raylan on Spy.
Yeah, representing Finland will be Alv on Scout, Junu on Soldier, Liko on Pyro, Ghana on Demo Man. Heavy is Fundo, Engineer Bloodis, Medic Muffins, Sniper Carpi, and Spy Nebula. And I have to say, like, in history, between these two teams, we've seen, like, these are two of the most, highest awarded teams in terms of Nations Cup, both Sixes and Highlander. Like, we've seen a lot of finals between these guys. But at the current state of play, you would probably be forgiven for thinking England, being one of the favourites, might walk this. But when you look at that Finnish roster, there is a lot of Premiership talent there. I mean, Carpi, one of the best snipers around. We have players like Junu and Ghana, who've played at the highest level in Sixes, as is Alf. Like, we've got a lot of quality here. I'm expecting a cracking game.
Yeah, absolutely, and we are just getting those gates open straight now. There are already airborne demo men as Joe is in behind. Just gonna go all the way back to the red spawn. Keep an eye on him as we wait for some of these sacks to maybe come in. Just a spy casualty for the time being as that telly goes down. Yeah,
telly is always gonna be sort of a priority. It's been like that for a few years now because you can get, a lot done on this first point if you can disable those respawners coming for the defense, but as long as the defenders are coming back in. But as we say that, Carpi down for 17 seconds, Cloudy winning the first sniper v sniper battle of this match, and that's going to give a bit of an opportunity for the aggression to come out of the English players.
Yeah, for sure. That telly being down makes these sacks all the more effective anytime they get an actual pick on their side. And we're actually just going to see the Uber straight in for Joe and Layla. Exchange a little better for Finland, but the sentry has gone down. But oh my god, double snap from Nebula. Triple, actually, going to absolutely wipe out that push. Layla's gone down, and first is being held.
That is absolutely huge play. We constantly talk about Highlander. It's kind of very, very team-based, obviously, but can be difficult to have an individual impact. But you don't get bigger than that. Just chain stab, getting rid of like so many people. Carpi getting the headshot onto Cloudy there. So the sniper v sniper is starting to hot up here. It looks like England want to still be aggressive here.
Yeah, they are only that level 1 sentry to really contend with the positioning. Not there for Finland. They're gonna back out, but they'll be very happy with that time wasted on the first, I think.
Definitely. I mean, first isn't something you're expecting to hard hold unless you're absolutely, rolling the other team. But to be able to get a little bit more time there is pretty good. We're seeing the spam come over here.
Look at Liko! Oh, okay, though, Layla will be safe, but that was very, very close. Actually, if she had had Uber, she might have forced, but not even having anything to use is maybe almost an advantage as ways. The Uber's now going to come in for the English side. Just that solo onto the Pyro, not getting a ton done. Actually, almost lucky to get the Uber out of Finland. I didn't think they would have to use there.
No, but the thing is, like, England are playing this smartly. they've taken all the space. That Uber was there to take space. Sometimes you have Ubers, you want to get kills, you want to get the medic, but they just wanted the space. And the people who are capping, Loopy and Karik, kind of having that boring job, but they're doing it effectively. They're just getting ×3 on the car, keeping it moving forward, and England have taken down Muffins, so they're just starting to snowball this onto Herd.
Yeah, it was well played from them. Maybe Finland could have put up a little more resistance, but that said, Cloudy gonna win forward for his team, winning another SPS with Karpi. As these soldiers are dueling, Finland is gonna struggle to mount in defense here on third. And yeah, they just aren't going to.
This is not looking good. I mean, Layla on 100% right now. Muffins only on 12. Samsky comes in and hits the crisp 2 directs there. Manages to take down Muffins. 15 seconds still in the respawn queue for the Finnish medic. They've got some more respawners coming in. Third is gone. Here, Aya. It's all about how much time they can get on last.
Alv did manage to get a force out of Layla, though, so that will help the defense quite a lot. At least put it back even with Muffins respawning right now.
It gives Finland an opportunity. I mean, things were going so well for them on that first point. We thought Nebula going huge. This was going to be amazing. But as it is right now, Finland have to stabilize and just chill, because they need to buy a lot of time on this last point.
Raylan could be in a good position. No dispenser to block the spy, but he does get caught out. And Karpi going down again to Cloudy. This is a good position for England to try and make some space of it. Lotus Sentry going down as well.
Yeah, I mean, you just said it. So Cloudy taking down Karpi there, they get some more space, and then we see Samsky getting a kill. We see more players get, like, everyone is just getting into positions. Alf comes in onto later, gets so much damage down onto it. She's down to 45 HP, doesn't quite have the Uber, so that won't help. But Middle is he's just walking forward. He's on a 6k right now. He's killed Ghana, he's killed Bloodis. He is just putting bullets into the Finnish defense, and no one's killing him.
It's really just this Finnish heavy up top that kept them in that game for as long as it did. And after what looked like a blitzing first to hold from Finland, it's a 4.5 minute cap for England.
Wow, okay, so egg on my face saying this was going to be a cracker, this is going to be close. And you know what, that first play was looking good, but I just felt like after the first point, things were kind of chill, and then Finland they didn't want to be aggressive, and because England were happy to push that W key, taking total control of the second point, Finland just never recovered from that point. Like, you said that how bad, that it wasn't a bad Uber, but Finland barely needed to use their Uber defensively. They did, but they were just crammed into a corner. They just had no space to do anything.
And yeah, like, DM-wise, Finland are definitely hanging with England here, but they just haven't been able to contest with the actual gameplay that's coming at them. Granted, this is England's pick. You think they're going to be confident on it, but Upward, it's such a staple map, right? Everyone knows how to play Upward at this level.
I agree with you. Like, I mean, this is the Highlander map. I have to say, I think it's it's overtaken Badwater many years ago. I would say that there's more Highlandery players on the side of England, though. Maybe some of these Finnish players, I don't know. Like, all of these players actually played a lot of Highlanders, so maybe that's not even an excuse. But it just seemed like the synergy was there for England. The suicide wave comes in for England. For Finland. Yeah, they don't find anyone.
Cloudy's gotten off to a good start. He's playing Kovacs over here.
Point and click adventure game. But the teleporter, Nebula gets the teleporter. That's the big pick. We said on first. This is where they start rolling.
Yeah, good start. And this Uber change is now just going to come out around slope. All these players being flashed, but it is pretty good for Finland here. They've gotten a few frags. They can start to make space, but Middle and Cloudy teaming up to put a little downer on the Finnish day.
Yeah, they really wanted more out of that. I mean, Joe and Samsky, no teleporter. They are going to be able to roll out fairly quickly, but without that spam, if Finland go now, and they are gone, getting so much damage down. Karpi gets revenge onto Cloudy, so no sniper, no spam, and I think England are going to have to back out here. They're playing the safe and sensible option. They know that they can just live to fight another day on the next point. They don't need to take risks with this amount of time on the clock.
Yeah, when you're like a 4:30 time to defend, you can bleed a minute on first, you just leave. You don't want to risk getting rolled. And now look at this, their second defense, solid as can be. Finland is getting a little wiped out on Cliff right now, but still advancing through tunnel.
Yeah, they lose Muffins though. Samsky just jumps in and gets so much damage down. But Junu responds in kind, takes down Layla. So Medic's being traded left, right, and center. And it seems to be the soldiers getting the picks in this game so far. And actually, because of that, like despite the fact that Samsky gets the kill onto Muffins, Muffins now has 25%. Layla's still in the spawn queue for another few seconds. This is a huge opportunity to Finland to start looking forward. Grip is getting caught out here. Raylan will take down Karpi and Joe will take down Fondo. So bleeding out players. Muffins goes down to 6 HP. Has to run away. Raylan's on the chase. Will get the pistol shot down. And what looked like to be a great advantage there is just kind of crumbled by the aggression from the surviving English players.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing we saw when Finland were on defense. They cannot contend with this English aggression. As look at them now, they're holding forward on Cliff still with 2 minutes left. This is very grim for the first point.
2 minutes ago. I mean, there's a lot of time to play here, but Finland really need to make something big. Nebula goes in for the stab, doesn't go for the medic, goes for Cloudy instead. So Sniper down, maybe opportunity for Karpi to get something done. And later goes down. Alf just runs in.
Okay, Alf's made some space. They can roll off of this if they can keep Muffins up. That's the critical man here, and yeah, it did not.
It was almost instantaneous. It was like Alf runs in, gets a huge play, and then Samsky just kind of gets some stuff going on in tunnel. It just goes all kind of wrong here. At the moment, England are pretty comfortable, and it looks like it's the likes of Karpi, Nebula, Alf who are coming in with these big individual plays, getting big picks, but the rest of the team not really kind of collapsing and taking advantage of that.
Yeah, every time it feels like they get some aggression, they get some picks rolling, it's answered in kind at the very least by England, and starting to now take Cliff, but it's just too little too late for Finland. Muffin's gonna get stabbed again by Raylan. And yeah, this is a bit of a wash. We've got NGs on the Frontier Justice running in. It's garbage.
I mean, England 3 up. Maybe this is an opportunity to Finland to get some...
Get some wind under their sails.
Yeah, I was going to say happiness points, you know, because at the moment they're going to be feeling a little bit sore. I mean, getting pushed all the way to last in 4.5 minutes is not what you want to do in any kind of game, but to do it in a quarterfinal, where you know a lot of people will be favouring England in this game. They're definitely one of the favourites of the tournament overall, but you know a team of the class of Finland with the amount of great players they have. You'd expect you wouldn't be happy with that. So
I think you can see definitely like when fast times could come out of both sides, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It didn't seem like Finland were all there.
It did seem that they were kind of struggling with coming together with the I don't want to use another word than synergy, but just collapsing down on the advantages really, because they had like Nebula getting that huge opening on the first point. It seemed like that was huge, but no one really reacted in a way to capitalize on that. Mm-hmm. You know, and Karpi getting a snipe onto Cloudy or onto someone important, you want the rest of the team to be like, okay, this player is down, therefore we can do this. You know, it's all about like positioning your pieces like on a chessboard in the right places. And it seems like Finland have that kind of opening gambit. They're just not following on with the advantage.
Yeah, every time that they would get an advantage, they just weren't able to also hold on to it. You know, we would see Layla go down, but it was always answered onto Muffins almost instantaneously a lot of the times from Samsky, from Raylan. And that just can't happen. If you get an advantage, you have to be able to hold on to it for that to mean anything.
Absolutely. And especially on Upward, where you can get in a situation where if you make one mistake, and it's not even like Finland made a mistake, they were way too passive on second. We'll have to see what they do this time, because they're on the blue, they're attacking first, so they'll be trying to get a time and go all the way. And Cloudy's already got a kill out of the gates. Blood is getting taken down. Gets Goner as well, so that's one player out of the suicide wave. It's going to be Junu feeling very lonely, and he goes in, just gets absolutely denied there by Grip and Loopy. But I just feel like maybe this is just a warm-up round, and we'll have to see what Finland can do on the attack this time.
Yeah, they could just be trying to get into it. Again, this is the pick of England. They wouldn't have picked it if they weren't confident on the map.
Yeah.
And so it'll definitely be interesting to see what Viaduct looks like. That is the pick of Finland coming up after this. But, you know, you do want to see a little bit more out of them, right?
I would, I mean, like I said, all of these players are absolutely top quality players. We have a lot of players on the side of Finland who've won Player of the Seasons. One of those is Carpi, and he gets a headshot onto Joe. Grip also down, so no demo, no pyro. If I'm main calling for Finland right now, I don't know what the word is in Finnish to just go for a trade, but that is what I would be screaming, because no pyro, no demo. You want to go in there and just spread that damage around.
But the longer they sort of wait around on Cliff here, the narrower that window is going to get. The sentry is still up, being spammed out very aggressively, just about kept up by Kirik here. And the Uber's finally going to come up, but it's so far back.
It's a drop, though. It's a drop. Ghana gets the pipes onto Layla. Yeah, Ghana gets the pipes onto Layla. That's why it works. And it's just... Samsky.
The follow-up from Samsky, though, going to revenge his medic, but that's just, again, it's another situation where Finland have put themselves in a situation where they have an advantage and they just can't hold on to it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in that situation, you must realize you've just had an amazing play. You know, you've got an Uber off, you've destroyed the defense, you've taken down the medic, she's dropped. Protect your medic. Clump up. Watch out for the jumpers. Watch out for the spies. Watch out for the hero shot from the sniper. But they're just not doing that right now.
I mean, not to take too much away from Samsky, they were decently clumped up, and that was just an amazing play from him. But it still shouldn't have been allowed. And you really
it needs to be dealt with at this level. You know, like we've been saying, at this level, if you're expecting to win, then you need to be able to deal with those threats. But while Cloudy has been popping off, so is Carpi, and he manages to take down a few people, and then there's just an absolute collapse. Liko and Junu doing huge work, getting Layla down. So I don't think Layla has actually survived yet. There's an LMFAO coming out of Junu. So, however, he can balance with the 2 kills with the Frontier Justice. Actually takes down Karik. Takes down the opposing engine.
Look at where middle was up there in the elbow. That could have gone very, very hairy for Finland there, but it looks like they've sussed out all these players on 2 and will manage to take the points. This is looking a lot cleaner than their last offensive run, but they still have third and last to contend with.
They do. They have, you know, the hardest points to deal with, but they've got a little tools in their arsenal to try and do it. I mean, Samsky's down for another 15 seconds. Carpi gets a kill onto Loopy there, so he's just opening the doors. They have a huge advantage. It's still 50%. They're actually using it now, but Muffins is waiting. Gonna's there. It's pretty much a solo Uber. Juno gets launched into the sky, doesn't get flashed and get wrangled down. And Gonna with the solo Uber, he can't do it all by himself. He needs assistance there.
Yeah, that's just... And Raylan gonna finish with a butter knife on some muffins as well. What a tragedy. I don't know how the Uber is so far ahead of their team just with no support. Like, there's only so much, as you said, a lone demo can do. Like, it's a powerful class, but you can't take their team, you can't take the wrangled gun all at once.
No, I mean, in 6s, you generally want a scout with your demo, and in Highlander, when you're dealing with a pyro and a heavy and a wrangled sentry, you're going to want at least another, 2 people with you to try and deal and spread that damage out and, coordinate something. But it just looked like they got a little bit too ahead of themselves. And the car hasn't even gone up that first ramp yet, so we're still in struggle stage.
Yeah, it reminded me of, in North American Highlander, watching Man Crush Monday. What they would do is they would be constantly taking solo Ubers onto Sandblast, onto their scout, and just running him in and not really getting a ton done with it. And it was a similar problem where they're just running their demo man forward. And yeah, he can do good things, but he doesn't have any support. He doesn't have any follow-up.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to make a point here. Layla hasn't used an Uber in this round. Yeah, Raylan getting a nice couple of stabs there. Layla hasn't used it. She dropped on the first point. Died on the second point, but hasn't been under any pressure on this third point. Finally, the Uber comes out. It's going to be England being aggressive. They're going to want to trade on this ramp, and it's traded on Fundo, and Fundo can't chase. He's playing heavy. He doesn't have the capacity to go forward.
Oh, and he's caught.
Just gets chased. I mean, they just want to be aggressive here, England. They don't want to give Finland any time and space to get themselves comfortable and work off the picks. And this is the thing. There is no pressure on the combo from England right now. So you need maybe some sacks going in, some coordinated saps, something going on. But at the moment, it looks like Finland are just trying to work the car and play it slow.
Yeah, and I mean, that exchange is also just super smart from England. Like, they know that if they let Finland take the Uber into them, there's a chance that they can, coordinate, that they can take down the hold. But if they take the exchange there, at best, like, no one dies on either side, and you just reset, but Finland can't really pressure you.
Oh, some quality rockets from Junu there. Like, he jumps in and gets a double onto Grip from the low ground. That was really impressive. And Raiden gets the backstab onto Muffins. Gunnar is going to fall to a clumsy, painful death, says the kill feed. But it does look like Finland are slowly but surely getting this car up. They've managed to get it up the first ramp. They've got to manage to get it under the little bridge there. So England's starting to have some cracks. I mean, Loopy is just running around fragging, doing that thing that scouts love on this point. Finally gets taken down, but just running around and just cleaning up the weak players. Finland, though, started to get into this. They have a huge disadvantage, though, and again, England just being aggressive.
Yeah, they're more than willing to take these Ubers in, and it was a good job from Alv to get some forward picks there. They did actually take down Joe, but as you said, that Uber just going to completely wipe away all that progress. And they're trying so hard. They're getting there, but it's just so slow.
Middle is playing in such weird places. Like, he's playing at the moment, like, next to the car. So he's the car defender right now. He's gone through shithouse. He's gone down. He's playing like alongside Loopy. Sometimes he's going with the Ubers. Sometimes he's playing in L. But like, he's playing in places where Finland aren't expecting. So every time they're going towards a position, they're facing a heavy who's getting a kill or two. Yeah.
They have to contend with that heavy. They have to contest with this amazing flank that England has. And now you see, okay, this Uber is going to come in for Finland. It's not met by anything yet from Layla. It can't be. But now they're going to pop so much later. And you just see Grip had Muffins in his gaze and was not going to stop for anyone there. Even going to push Alv right off of the cliff.
Yeah, Alv went flying there. Alv did a great job. Managed to get the car up that second ramp, which was important. I bet he was just thinking, I really want to be fighting right now. Like, please, I want to be in this Uber. But, you need that ×2 at least on the car, getting it forward. So Finland are kind of like slowly but surely getting closer, I guess.
They're chipping away at it. The cart's made progress. That's what's important. But they just can't sustain momentum, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, they had that Uber. They had an Uber advantage. They kept Muffins alive despite Samsky jumping in. Bloody again with the frontier
justice. You are
justice.
so mad if you're Junu there. You just airshot the soldier. Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Still lands on you. You still die.
Gunboats plug in. Axe Extinguisher kill there. Fundo will go down to Grip with the Axe Extinguisher. And I just saw the Muffins has 96%. This is a huge advantage. Alf just takes Joe for free. So this Uber should just be absolute destruction for Finland. They can take down this sentry, get zapped. It's not getting as much as you'd like. I mean, you would want to get Layla out of this, but they are going to get the third point for sure. They just need to keep Muffins alive now and maybe work a sack while England have got a few players down.
Yeah, and again, massive credit to Middle there. Drew so much of that Uber away from the combo. They had to spend so much time killing him because they knew it was a massive threat. And that will be a Finland third point, but 9 minutes, and they still have to push last.
Yeah, it's... if they get it within the next minute, it's still going to be a bad time. Like, it's still... you don't want to hit double figures on a payload map, but we'll have to see what happens.
Especially on upward.
Yeah, getting the car into the hole is just the end goal.
And there's the aggressive Uber coming from England. It's just kind of Joe walking at him solo, gets absolutely destroyed by Ghana. And, I mean, it seemed like England taking a bit of a page out of Finland's book there. So demo solo Uber, not doing much.
No, and actually, Joe will be up in a few seconds, Grip in the 15, so... they're not going to be too bothered, I guess, but Muffins on 100%, they've taken the high ground for free. So that demo and Pyro death means that Muffins hasn't had to use, they've not got pressured, They're able to take the high ground. They're getting spam onto this sentry now. Kariki gets headshot, so there we go. That sentry will be surely going down momentarily. The spam comes in from Junu, will take it down. Joe gets taken down as well. So Finland have been playing this spam.
But they forced up top though because of grip, and he's even gonna live after that. But I don't think it's gonna matter. England are almost on a wipe. They just have to push this cart in, and last minute soldier bomb not gonna get there in time. 10:30 though. That's rough.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not impossible, but it's rough.
Nothing's impossible in TF2 in terms of time. I've seen crazy times, then I've seen even crazier times beat them. I've seen long times, and I've seen even longer
holes.
times. Long holes, yeah. I feel that last point, though, I don't know what you made of that, but I felt like that aggressive Uber was maybe England getting a little bit overconfident. I mean, they've been totally in control so far. Like, they won that first round comfortably. This defense has been very long. But that aggressive Uber losing their demo and their pyro, like, really far away, not getting muffins means that Finland have 100% Uber out. They take top for free because there's no demo or pyro to deal with. They take down Karik for free because they get Carpi into position. Then they take down the sentry, and then they do get forced, but it costs England like 3 players, and that Uber just wipes the rest of them. So that was a good example of them, you know, getting their chess pieces in position, so to speak. If we see more of that on the rest of the points, they could have done a lot better in terms of time, but England will be probably licking their lips at this right now. They'll think, we can do this in 2.
Yeah, it definitely felt like Joe's gambit where, like, if that Uber works, then it's massive. Then you've just made Finland absolutely sad.
Yeah.
Going into that last. But obviously it didn't, and even if it doesn't work, it's still a good time. You see Alv actually positioning behind there, so ready for the double sticky jumper from Joe.
Finland getting picks though. Carpi winning the SVS versus Cloudy. Suicide's not really happening.
Yeah, the initial sack wave in favor of Finland for the time being. Carpi another follow-up onto Grip. So just pretty standard stuff right now. Obviously the telly still up as well is pretty massive. Yeah,
so the thing is, the way that Joe plays this game...
Oh no, but
for his
sentry's
team,
gone down.
Yeah, Joe's spawn camping right now. He's taken down the teleporter, but no one's died from Finland, so he's going to jump back, and that's why Alv is currently on the cliff. So Alv is... Here comes Joe again. He comes in from behind. Will get taken down. Takes the dispenser down. So Joe, in that sack wave, took down the teleporter and the dispenser, which is helpful. But I think people have played against him enough now that they know what to expect.
Yeah, and you definitely know they knew what to expect, because on the first time he tried that, Alv was literally waiting right where he lands and two-shot him instantly. But he didn't. I don't think he expected him to just do it again.
If at first you don't succeed. Actually, here comes the Uber. Very early use from Layla here. And it's going to be like a 60% better Uber for Finland. They don't really have the players to chase. Goner and Liko there might get caught out. They managed to get a bunch of damage down, but Finland are going to have to win these DM fights. But Cloudy gets the headshot into Muffins on the retreat, and that could have gone either way. At that point, that could have gone either way. But getting the kill onto the medic, Finland now face themselves in exactly the same situation they were before, where they're going to be scrambling to try and get back into position here.
Yeah, just... I don't blame them for staying on first there. It looked like a great position for them, but it all fell apart so quickly. I think as soon as Gona and Liko went down, like that just... It decreases your stopping power so much. They have to be careful not to bleed too much here on second, but they still kind of are. Carpi Liko go down to Joe, and just... It's the England roll again. The machine is well oiled, and it is here.
It is very well oiled. 5 seconds for the respawn for some of the important classes here. The thing is, Fundo actually comes out of the forward spawn, and it looks like the rest of Finland, Fundo clearing the way, making sure Samsky doesn't go for any cheeky bombing from behind, and this gives them a bit of a potential. See, this is something I always talk about, Aya, on the third point of upward, is that in this situation, you look at the picture we've got right now. 100% for Layla, only 30 for Muffins. You think, England go in and go for the Uber, but the cart's so far behind, they're going to have to hold this corner for a long time. And look, Finland just run away. Run away, and they'll be able to repush with their medic alive.
Oh, there was a big potential there for Junu to get the follow-up and the retreating Layla, but it's going to be Samsky and the rest of the flank just keeping him out there. Lovely play. But yeah, here is that repush you mentioned from Finland. They've already re-established themselves in that corner. have Fundo in a great position with the demo and a snipe onto middle. Gonna help
That was
a lot.
point blank. Carby just comes around the corner and just sees like middle in his face and just headshots him. He was already zoomed in. I love that.
Just smacked him.
I was going to say, oh wow, Raylan gets the stab onto Carby and to
no.
Bloodis while carrying this entry. That's huge. I mean, I don't want to call it curtains already, but Muffins has had the Uber forced. Alv is taking the meter. Now Uber trying to get some kills. Doesn't even get to finish off Cloud. He's down to 7 HP there. England capping the third point with 6:40 left on the clock. It is equal Ubers, but Finland basically backs in the corner for this entire map. They have to hold on, and it's a tough ask.
Yeah, you can see Joe maybe even goading Bloodus a little bit there. He knows what's just happened. He knows what this means. They're already in top, gonna sniff out Raylan. And this is gonna be a tall ask for Finland.
Again, I've seen some pretty crazy last holds from this point.
Oh,
Suicide
and they
Wave
are
comes
getting
in.
picks.
Yeah, Suicide Wave comes in. Samsky. Oh no, Samsky. He jumps around and he just gets shot into the wall by the Wrangler. He tries to wall jump, but the bullets are just like, no, you're going to stay pinned down there, mate. But yeah, I mean, we're going to see some suicides coming in inevitably, maybe even a trade out of England. I feel with their confidence at the moment, they're going to feel that they can just keep going in, throwing bodies in, and all they need is one good trade.
Yeah, Nebula will get Cloudy off, so again, just Finland doing actually a really good job here stuffing this aggression from England. And they've reestablished their upper presence.
They had 3 players run up the stairs, and Muffins was well protected. So if they can keep doing that, England might get frustrated.
Oh, and Joe got absolutely melted, but the counter pick's coming in for Finland down. Make that 5 with Alv. And it's just like that all we were just praising them for has completely evaporated.
Oh, Fundo though is huge. Fundo is so big. He completely denies 2 plays. Someone's going to go onto the car now. Joe's capping the car.
But he can't do anything about it.
Can't do anything. That's so hard. Fundo, absolute beast there. He was like the raid boss at the top of the stairs. I had like 2 people just run at him. He guns them down perfectly. It was like one of those, cheating bots on heavy. Just completely destroyed everybody. But if you've got no one to watch the cart as well, all of that good play is gone. And like you said, they bled too many players.
The first map, the way of England, fairly convincingly. We're going to head over to Viaduct after this, which is the pick of Finland. But we do have some logs to show you from this first map.
I love logs.
Combined logs even. And
even better.
We see here Samsky leading the server in kills. Just behind him is Cloudy on 31. And then Joe middle. Alv is the first person from Finland to sort of peek their head over the hill.
When you look at the damage there, like Joe getting 436 and Gona's just behind on 422. Gona gets, a lot, gets like 12 less kills or something, but he's putting out a lot of damage. This could go either way. This is definitely more DM based, and I think that favors Finland, which is most likely why they picked this map. I'm expecting some deep Joe bombs. I'm expecting some crazy scout DM from Alv and Loopy. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be a banger, I think. And we're going to straight on into it now. Map 2 of this series, England versus Finland, right here on Viaduct. CeeJaey, take it away.
Gona's at mid very, very fast, but Joe has kind of got there and hidden in a different position, but the first kill of this mid-fight will go to Cloud. He takes down Liko. No pyro for Finland, so this spam is not going to be able to be denied. And look at Loopy and Joe. They're so aggressive. They're already walking across the point. Like, Carpy is trying to get snipes off, but he's taking some... He gets killed by stray bullets from middle across the map. That's how much damage was onto him. And Finland just, at the moment, don't have the positioning. Muffins is weak. They have to back out here and hope that they don't lose their medic. Fight another day.
Yeah, Muffin's lucky he got a little bit of a sandwich before his heavy just ate dust there. And that will be the first cap going the way of England pretty convincingly again, just taking that massive team fight right along the point, and it just works out for them, just dumping damage on Finland.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just the damage. And if you get the damage onto the right classes, the classes that want to do something, demo, medic, sniper, like those classes, if they take damage, either they try and do something and they die for it, or they have to get away and they're just not effective. But look at Gunnar, he still wants to be aggressive. Finland do have an Uber here. These flares are flying across the point, being annoying. Nebula gets the kill onto Cloudy. Muffins dropped, though, they're sticky.
Oh, no.
Muffins took so much damage, but just milking that Uber. But the hidden sticky trap will take... and Layla uses her Uber, gets really close to dying now, almost drops as well, but will use it. It's just kind of a consolidation there, just making sure they clean up the frags and hold on to the point. But that was heartbreaking. Finland showing some really good initiative there, and the drop coming in just stalls them in their tracks.
Yeah, I don't blame Muffins there for trying to milk.
Yeah.
Grip, that is criminal.
That's gonna sting.
Yeah, and that just, again, it cements what would have been still a decent situation for Finland is now just solidly in England's favor.
Yeah, I mean, Cloudy just reels up a couple of quick kills there, gets Liko again, and Blood is 2. Then gets Alv. He's just taken out a third of the team very, very quickly. You can see he's playing in this pocket area, getting the buffs, getting protected by like half the team.
And yeah, like so much damage put into the corner by Ghana, they're just gonna use. Forward is Layla, but the Super's not getting a ton done. Actually could put them in a bit of a precarious position, but there's Loopy to clean it up. And yeah, that's gonna look like England just cementing their hold for now. Muffins does have the ad, if Finland can hold on to it. Never mind. I'm sorry, Muffins.
Curse of the caster. Yeah, Samsky just going in with the jump and, you know, just landing on Muffins, getting the kill. And at the moment, I don't think Finland have had an Uber to use. They haven't got any cap time, and it's not for, like you said earlier.
It's not for lack of trying.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying, they're doing the right things, they're not getting out DM'd, but at the moment, England are just being extremely aggressive, and Carpi just hasn't been able to get into this game. Like, every time he tries to get forward, he's taking a ton of spam. Look at Ghana, tries to get forward, takes a ton of spam. Like, they all need to go together. They
just got double piped as soon as you said that.
There's just no angle.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's a lot of the mark of a Highlander demo on this map. They just know all those pipe angles that they can spam you without even peeking. And you see Joe utilizing that a ton in this, and it's just Finland, they're trying their best to get onto the point. The Uber from England come out. That's the first round in their favor. Finland need to pull it together. That was a flawless round for England.
Yeah, I mean, Finland didn't get any cap time, they didn't kill Layla, and they didn't get an Uber. I don't think you can get much, you know, like you say, a perfect round there, flawless. I think Finland just need to just pretend that round didn't happen and start again, because they came out with such ferocity. It looked good until, you know, things started getting a little bit pear-shaped. They're being aggressive. Look at Gon, he's so far across the point, getting so much spam down, trying to get something done. The first kill will go to Raiden against Junior, actually, so this concrete area is going to be kind of open for England to exploit if they want, but at the moment it just looks like they...
Look at Raylan, Cloudy, the pick classes for England doing everything at this mid-fight. Raylan's the only one gonna go down for it. What can you even say?
Copy is just having an absolute
look at this
nightmare right now.
middle grip, and they're all on the cliff. They're trying to forward hold.
They're trying to forward hold against the team with Uber. Like, Finland are trying to get Carpi into a position. They just can't. He is just getting pressured so much. Like, he's at the bottom of the scoreboard right now. He's got 2 points. He's just not being given the protection that Cloudy's being afforded for England. And you can see why. Like, I mean, Cloudy is getting... I mean, just died there. So, okay. So Cloudy dies.
Oh, and there's Carpi. He gets Joe.
Carpi gets Joe. So maybe Finland are now like, okay, let's get Carpi some protection. Let's get this man into a position where he can get some kills. And actually the force comes in from Samsky, flies across the point, lands one rocket onto Muffins, and that's enough to get the force out. But Finland will get this cap. They've managed to get some time on the board.
That's something at the very least. And I think one interesting thing when it comes to Carpi is it feels almost like they don't have like their NG, or they don't have people playing with their sniper nearly as much. Like, normally when I see Viaduct, I think of like your NG just sits on your sniper most of the game. Yeah, like that's the thing. You need somebody to sort of, not necessarily babysit, but you need someone to protect your sniper, because your sniper is possibly the most important class on this map, if not in Highlander in general. If you have the better sniper, then you're probably going to be having a good time. But if that sniper keeps dying,
It's not going to go too well. Bloodis with the crits! Oh, the Frontier Justice will take down Grip. Gets a ton of damage, but yeah, the collapse just comes in. Raylan gets the backstab onto Muffins. Shanks, Carpy, and then Loopy cleans up. They didn't even have to use Uber. It's just Finland are having to fight tooth and nail for every inch, and England just seem to be happily exploiting every ounce of space they're getting.
Yeah, and look at this. They've successfully are forward holding on Cliff.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Carpy did manage to get a pick onto Loopy. It's not really like Carpy's stat line is not really indicative of how he's actually been playing. Oh, Bloodis just deciding to take it in his own hands. His mini even gets another frag onto Raylan. Alright.
Joe was actually spawn camping there, like basically on the spawn. England were that aggressive, but Blood is getting the kill onto Layla, and everyone else just kind of collapsing by the wayside because of it. Loopy comes in and just 2 shots though. So, how?
Yeah, I think that one moment is just how this whole game's been going for Finland. It feels like.
It wasn't actually 2 shots, it was 4. But I was just trying to make a point that, you know, as a medic, you think, okay, I'll survive this onslaught. I'm not going to get backstabbed, there's no sniper, I'm not going to get headshot. Okay, my team's all around me. I should be safe for a few seconds. And then a scout just runs in and kills you amongst your teammates. And you just think, why am I here?
So the moral of the story is don't play Highlander medic.
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone wants to kill you. But Cloudy wants to kill Gunner, it seems, and Gunner is out of the equation. He also wants to kill Carpy, so no demo, no sniper. Finland are going to be having a little bit of trouble defending this point, but it seems like Bloodis is the danger, because he's getting Frontier Justice crits, and then he gets
the glow
headshots
stick
off.
of doom, but if you can't peek, you can't shoot.
True. I mean, I don't know who
my God.
Every time I try and
poor
speak.
Muffins. I was just watching there. He got piped by Joe and then instantly headshot.
Yeah, Cloudy is just picking off everyone who seems to be a danger right now. Carpy responds with a headshot of his own, gets Grip down. But Cloudy on this rock, will get taken down by Carpy. So now some sniper superiority for Finland. 3 players down for England. You know, they've managed to get a decent amount of time off. Like, they're still very much in this round.
Yeah, they definitely are, and it does feel like they've figured out how to protect Carpy at least somewhat. I say that Raylan just had to rain on their parade. Not even gonna get the cap off, I don't think. Yeah, that's just... I don't even know what to say. That's tragedy. Modern tragedy.
Yeah, I mean, somebody who's good with words can write a play about it or something. It could be the next Romeo and Juliet. I don't know. I mean, Finland are still fighting. Just needs to stand on the point.
Almost.
Gunner steps on it and then steps away because Samsky bombs. No one else thought to kind of assist their demo and get some cap time, but it is going to be 2-0 to England, and they're 1 round away from seeing this out in 2 quick rounds.
They are only 1 round away, but it was close. You said that was a decent round from Finland. They're putting up resistance. They're trying their hardest. But will it be enough? Will they manage to at least take a round here? Save some face.
You know, I'm going to say they're not going to try and save face. They're going to try and get rounds. They can come back. We've seen teams come back.
They absolutely can. They absolutely can. But you know, it's gonna start 1 round at a time. And as you said, yeah, 5 now picks for Finland in this bid fight. None being returned. This is a great start for them. This is the start they need. Layla looks like she's gonna live. Alv giving chase, but he's a little too late.
Yeah, but look at Finland. They want to
forward hold this.
Yeah.
They want to stall England. They want to play England's game. But Samsky gonna open up onto Carpy, and Joe just massive pipes, dumping damage. Muffins hasn't used, but just like that, everyone around him's disappeared.
Oh no!
And he's gonna have to use. Joe just dunked on them.
I hate that when you're a medic and you have to use. There's no one around you. I mean, they could have used on the clip there. Samsky jumped in and they didn't really do anything. He got a bit of damage down, but then Joe.
He got the sniper pick.
Yeah, but then Joe gets 3.
Look at Grip.
3 HP.
Dude, Muffins is just shivering. He's quaking in his boots right now. And yeah, there it is. Cloudy gonna finish it. The Ubers come out from Layla. Not even on the demo man for half that Uber. Just alone on point.
I mean, at the moment, Finland's now lost the lead that they earned very well with that group fight.
It started off so well.
Yeah.
And it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, it just seems a little bit disjointed. I mean, look how many weak players there are. You know, if Finland group up and then play, you know, in a cohesive way, they can get the pressure down onto England. But as soon as they bleed one or two players, it just seems it snowballs into a situation where England just capitalize on it. They send players forward. They nearly got the cap here. Finland is so close. They're getting a couple of kills as well. So things looking not too bad for them. But middle is just playing sort of anti-aircraft gun on the cliff and stopping anyone from doing that.
Oh, Nebula! Big double. Cloudy and Layla. Let's see. Can Finland capitalize? This has to be it for them. But they just can't. It's a nice salvage.
I mean, they wipe. I mean, when you get a med pick on the opposite team, from that point on, you kind of think, we're either going to take this fight or we're going to play defensively and retain our Uber advantage, and they just wipe. It's hard. It's tough to watch. It's tough to watch.
Yeah, I think it's just showing like both of these teams have the playmaking potential to make these openings. Yeah. It's just that England can actually hold on to it.
Exactly. Finland still not out. They've got a minute left to try and stop England from winning this round. They're only about a minute behind in all reality, but the Uber's pretty much equal as well. They're taking a lot of spam there. Carpi will get cloudy, so sniper superiority for Finland. They can maybe get Carpi into some angles, and he gets Layla. There we go. Finland getting the man with the damage to get into position. Samsky will take him down, but Finland in control for the time being.
They have to be careful. Muffins is a little low, and I just, that poor guy, he's going to be twitching for days. He's just getting bombed constantly, but it looks like he's safe. He has Uber. What could go wrong? Raylan even gets sniffed out.
I feel like you're tempting fate there with what could go wrong. We know what could go wrong.
There's Samsky in there. He got shot out by Carpi. It's happening.
I mean, this is kind of looking like that last hold on upward. You know, the potential is there. They got a solid hold. They just need to not lose players, and they're actually using it aggressively.
They're taking the Brindas. They need to find Layla though, and she is nowhere to be found. And even some frags being returned. Actually, a lot of frags being returned onto Finland. It's only 2 up, just like that. Oh, Bloodis, he's trying his hardest.
That was kind of unlucky. I mean, Grip was... not Grip, sorry. Liko was on Layla, got a ton of damage, but she walked, and I think she must have been about 10 HP and then walked over the health back. So she lived, and then the rest of the Finnish players tried to get aggressive.
Muffin's just going to get bombed out by Samsky. That's... Again, it's just such a tragedy for Finland every time. Junu is asking for a truce for a 1v1.
I mean, I've never seen that where another player's like, can everyone else stop playing Highlander so the two of us can have a 1v1? It seems like Junu really wants to take down Joe. But it does look like the time is ticking over there, and it is going to be a crisp, clean 3-0 for England on this second map. And I expected a little bit more out of Finland. I had a lot of faith in the players that they put out here. They've got a lot of great players there. Yeah. The DM potential, and you can see why they would pick Product. It just seemed that every time there was like a crack, like one player would get picked off, England would collapse and just really kind of just make that crack a gigantic hole. And Finland just really couldn't cope with that. They just couldn't deal with that aggression from England.
Yeah, with that 2-0, England continue their streak. I don't think they've dropped a actual map so far, even in groups. And they're going to be facing the winner of Denmark versus Poland, which is also happening today.
First map went to Poland 3-0 on Product, and it looked very one-sided. I mean, the third steel round is still going, so, you know, we'll have to see. But yeah, the winner of England-Finland was England. We just saw that. And they will be facing the winner of Denmark versus Poland, like we said at the moment. That is on the second map. And Denmark currently 1-1 on steel.
Look at Loopy go, man. 24 kills, topped by a long shot. And then, you know, you look at Joe, a cool 717 DPM.
Yeah, just casually drop in 700, you know. So England, very deserved winners from this game. Like, some great plays coming out of the Finnish side. Individuals popping off, but as a team, England looking very, very strong. Still one of the favourites of the tournament, and another favourite of the tournament is Poland, which are currently playing. So we can, as they're still playing, we can go and watch the rest of that game.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, this is on Steel, the last round of Steel. We've got Poland on the defense against Denmark, and it looks like they are pushing around a 7.5 minute time. So, yeah, this actually looks to be a fairly interesting game. It's just going to be sitting. Poland won the first map, and then we're looking at Denmark's attempt at redemption here, currently 1-1 on Steel. So this was the game that was happening at the same time.
Yeah, the winner of this goes through to play England, who obviously won the other quarterfinal. If Poland win this round, then they win 2 maps to 0. If Denmark win, then we'll be going to a third map, and then it's all to play for.
It is, and we're actually just seeing a little Uber exchange out on first here, as it's going both ways, actually, just a ton of frags going down everywhere. And Divvy and Dr. Phil go down for the Denmark offense, but Poland actually lose their medic.
That's actually huge.
So yeah, on this B push for Denmark, they're looking to get it. This heavy just being such a nuisance, finally got to back off. And somehow this defense is still in, it's still positioned. They just haven't had any forward momentum on Denmark.
No, I mean, the thing is, when you look at the time, like, there's a lot of time for oh my word. Huge bomb from Kavka, but Sin does not go down. She holds on, and that's going to be an Uber advantage now. Poland still want to fight this B point. They still want to stay in.
I mean, Poland still existing on this B point is really a victory for them. They should have been out by now. But just gonna hold in and just keep this fight going. Bleed more time off the clock. Now, this Uber's come out so far back. Stan's the only one who's gonna fall in the flank. And that's just gonna cement the advantage for Poland.
Yeah, I mean, Stingen did so much work there on the point. Like, he did a huge amount, just killing.
Toast got an opening though.
Yeah.
And you see, Denmark, they're not out of this. They don't actually have Uber on Poland yet, so that Uber is not really going to matter until right about now. Is Sin even going to get a head kill?
Yeah, I mean, Denmark want to go in here. They're going to send in help to fit. Oh, the mid-air wrangle. They're trying to get for the sack. Brutal. They do get the force. They get the force. I mean, that's pretty much all they wanted, I feel. And now they have a choice of, do they want to keep going for B here? They have plenty of time, so that makes sense to go for B. They managed to take down Stinger. He's still in the respawn queue for a few seconds.
But they've been completely muscled out by this Poland combo.
No space.
And you got to question at what point which they just stop going for B, maybe try. I think what you could do here is have a really interesting, like, put some E pressure on and see if you can, like, at least split up this B defense.
This is the big thing. I mean, Denmark have some fantastic players. They are going to use the Uber, but Dr. Phil just getting wrangled back.
They are managing to get quite a bit of space here. Look at the Pyro. NG gonna just teleport himself out. But look at that. Oh, the Polish man has gotten 2 songs and actually managed to keep himself alive because of it. Did you have to use Uber to do it? But that is massive.
It's pretty massive. I mean, Sin does now have an Uber advantage, but Fish staying alive means they have the heals. Toast gets caught out there, just spotted players landing on his head, but no, Divvy walking forward. Potentially going to pick up 2. He picks up 3. He takes out Fish as well.
Oh, and looks like it's going to pick up Tercio. He does. Potato doing absolutely everything for Denmark here. As, look at that, there's only 4 up for Poland. That's going to be a fast C cap, and they have 3.5 minutes still to make this work.
That is more than enough time. I mean, we see times like that for the entire map, and they've arguably got the hardest parts out of the way.
Dr. Phil has gone down, and the soldier in the spawn door is being a thorn in their side. And looks like they're gonna take this Uber straight into D, but they're not really gonna find much besides the point. It looks like... Just look at
my
Stan.
word.
The loose cannon. Absolutely ripping them.
I haven't seen that used in a long time. Like,
He's got the
cannonballs.
shenanigans. Toast has done well to actually get the stab in. That was a nice
I can't believe
little
Toast
setup.
just killed Lionel Messi. We haven't even seen him play for PSG yet, and he's sticking a knife in his back. But I did see a
Must
nice
not have been a
headshot
fan
from
of the trade.
Stinger did get the headshot onto Sin, which means Fish, despite only having 2 players for company, has an uber advantage. But look, Toast is now going to 1v1. Now they're going to get the Genji to get the sentry down, so he is pretty much
Oh,
unprotected.
and Fish another saw uber clutch. It's the second time he's just had to save himself. But look at all this E pressure for Denmark. The bridge is across, so they can get everyone in. This is something they need. They need to keep this up. But I don't think they're going to, at least for the time being. But it's a good start.
Yeah, I mean, at this moment in time, every death for Denmark, they get an instant respawn, basically. Every death for Poland, they have to wait 20 to 25 seconds. BB gets a nice kill onto Sin. I mean, she's going to respawn, but again, she spawns instantly. That Uber... Okay,
Yeah.
she dies instantly as well. But she's going to respawn instantly again. It doesn't matter. My play still stands. Fish's Uber advantage isn't going to be huge, but it does look like Denmark are going to get this D point down. They've got 3 players here. They're not going to be able to be stopped. 1 minute 35 left on the clock.
Yeah.
Clock. Can't get my words out here because...
A lot of this cap time is gone, though. It's
Yeah.
squeaky bum time for sure. They need to start getting their feetsies on that point. And, I mean, they have a decent amount of space they can start to muscle in, but they need to do it pretty much right now. I don't remember the exact time for E.
It's about 40 seconds, 40 to 45 seconds. So, you know, Denmark kind of need to start getting bodies on the point now, but you take a look at it.
They just can't get in the door.
No, I mean, they have Heavy and NG in heaven. There's only mini sentries, though. It's and it goes down. So
I mean, yeah, it's only mini sentries, but those wrangled minis can be so oppressive if you don't deal with it. And they will. 49 seconds, they still have definitely enough time, and they're finally just getting the bodies onto the point. ×4 on that cap. The Uber is going to come out from Poland. Just looks like a solo onto Stan for the most part. Stingens pick up 2, and then big double for the Spy. It's still possible, I think. But
Yeah,
I don't think they're really going to be able to. It looks like a bit of an E shutout here for Poland. As
I
a
just have
very
to say,
close.
Stan there, like,
Yeah.
you're an Uber demo on steel and everyone's clumped up, fair enough. But he gets hit there, and he manages to surf at just the right angle. I think the server died, yeah.
Yeah, they just killed the server. Okay, well.
But Stan managed to surf, like, just the right amount to stay on the bridge and then actually complete the Uber. If he'd fallen off there, you know, if he just didn't know how to strafe or whatever, then he falls into the pit, dies, and that Uber fails. But even with that Uber, they needed Chupa to come in with another couple of kills. So, yeah, I mean, Poland still, I think, the number 1 favorite. They're the defending champions. They've been showing in the group stage and in scrims that they're the strongest team. So Poland versus England are going to be 2 of the favorites going head-to-head in the Final 4.
Yeah, so sometime soon it will be the red and white clash in the Nations Cup as England and Poland do meet. On the other side of the bracket, Germany and France, as well as Italy versus Russia, still
Those
to
are
look
going to be
forward
good games.
to.
Those are
are
going to be good games.
Very good games. You can check those out on Critscast. We'll looking to cover as much of that as we can.
If you're thirsting for Highlander, if you're not quenched by this match or the games you've seen today, there's plenty more to come. If you want to check out a VOD, you can always go on YouTube or subscribe. You can follow us on Twitter and Discord to keep up to date with all of the various Critscast news about when we go live and other events and opportunities we have going on. If you do subscribe to us on Twitch, you'll be able to have access to our VODs or wait a little bit longer to check them out on YouTube. But anyone who does sub will actually be supporting the production and casting staff. Again, that money goes towards supporting the channel and supporting the people who bring you these games. Viaduct, thank you very much for coming back and jumping and bringing us some quality camera work as always. And Aya, thanks for casting, man. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it definitely has been. We'll catch you all next time. See ya.
Hi, old beaver! Away!